Ready? Who's ready? Who's ready for some boom, baby? Boom! Rise. And shine. It's your morning marijuana motivation time. It's the day in the life of waking up in the office on the couch with all my stuff. You said you wanted to be a part of the dream, but are you willing to sleep in the office and wake up as a CEO? This is what you need to know. Your boy Marky Saints Addiction. We're on a mission. I'm gonna get my clothes on. Yes, plus they don't want none. That's right, they don't want none. And this is what it takes, bro, to wake up in the dream. Everybody wants to be a CEO. They don't want to do the work. Doing the works on a Saturday, doing the work in the rain, working all day, and then wake up the next day to go back to work. It's not work if you do what you love. And this is why I had to have this conversation before I had my morning motivation. I figured I'd show people the process of what it's like to be a CEO. I was watching somebody talking about, I think it was on LinkedIn, founder CEO, like they can't wait. 27 day in the life of a 27-year-old girl doing her beauty care products with her shirt off. So I figured, hey, let's do a little Saints Addiction and get into it, because it's funny when you're watching someone else wanting to show that they're successful, and I wanted to show what it takes to be successful. It's like I'm in the office, been this way for the last week. I get to wake up and start putting my life together as we speak. No one's here to wake me up. It's my job to wake myself up, right? The phone calls usually wake me up, My life usually wakes me up, that something needs to happen. I need to get something done, put the blanket away, put the couch away, get over on the laptop so I can link up with one of the teammates, trying to link up the Stripe payment system. Something's not working. Something. Trying to figure out why we can't post on Instagram, even though we only got 8 posts on the Instagram for InnoSec. It's already blocking me. And then what else is happening? The phone bill doesn't want to get paid for 800.com. So they're like just giving me a couple calls this morning. People just wanting a couple prints. But, it is what it is. I got to maintain my health too. This is your health is your wealth. But I will tell you what it takes to be a CEO is I'm already exhibiting the behavior to my constituents, to my teammates, that I won't give up. That's the biggest thing, is that I've taken so many punches as a CEO that people can count on me. Maybe you can't count on it to stick around, the phone to slip up, but you can count on me to have strength. It's also something that women are looking for in relationships. It's also something people see in life. Are you holding your shoulders back, chest out, or are you slumped over and afraid of life? People are looking at that too. And as much as we want to pretend like no one cares or no one sees, that's just not true. Let's go into it, shall we? Let me look in this mirror again too. I'm gonna roll something this morning and get out into it. But yeah, dude, yesterday we put in a full day. Backpack sold separately. And another CEO came up to me and was like, yo, bro, just turning the lights on. Yo, bro, can you guys finish? Like, we did a whole vinyl, big ass vinyl here yesterday for across the street. Actually, I'll just point to it and show you. Hold on a second. We're going to do the roll up. Then we got to link up. This is just the wake up. But time we wake up, rise and shine. I'm saying? What's up, sugar bro? I'll show you something real quick. This is the lab. Outside is raining and like a 90% chance of rain, but I'll show you real quick. Hold on, let me turn this on. Gotta get the computer on, the laptop on, get the LinkedIn working, the Stripe system working, and also I'll show you what we've been working on yesterday. If you can see where it says Turkmen Restaurant. Oh my God, it's so fresh out here. That's nice. Turkmen restaurant. We installed that yesterday. Well, now it's full on fucking raining. I'm gonna get my ass back on inside. Enjoy the weather, because there's always something to be weathering about. And people want to be a CEO. They want to be a founder. But to be a founder, you got to first be a flounder. And I'm not joking about that. You're going to have to flounder through how many business ideas that I've had that failed, how many relationships that I have that failed, how many times I've been kicked straight up. Come on, plug in. Straight up in the nuts, and had to get back up. And this is the reason why my team follows me, or that I can find talent or get people to follow through with business decisions or creating business tools or all these sorts of things, is all because, there we go, I'm a man that has exhibited the ability of resiliency. And that's something most people don't want to exhibit. They want people to think that they're successful, but they don't want to go through the stress of life to be successful. They don't want to go through the shaping of it, right? Like, it's almost like when you're making square watermelons, they put the box around it and you got to expand in this box, and then the watermelon comes out in a square, and you're like, a square watermelon? Yeah, dude, if you were put under pressure from all sides, it would make you a square. And this is the type of box that has happened with me. Let me log in here and do something real quick. I gotta log in when we roll up. But the idea is to be indestructible, indomitable, unstoppable. You want to wake up and be a CEO? Well, shit, you got to wake up right into the dream, put it on the screen, and say what you mean. Let me log in here. I got to get this Stripe payment system working. It's about me continually working. It's about I'm working when my team's working, right? Like, our social media is working right now. As you can see, hopefully you can see 100 posts. When we started this, maybe a week, 2 weeks ago, if that, I think it was a week ago, this thing blew up from 2017. I could show you, hold tight, I'm going to show you this. Since 2017, Dogs on Shirts, starting the dream, I only had 36 posts in about 10 years, right? And now with our system, it's literally posting for me, just taking the images straight out of the folder and making it a reality. All these are brand new. All these, I could just click on one, cute shirt, with the dog in the pocket and stuff, but making the hashtags for me while I sleep, that's part of the dream. You want to be a CEO. Part of it's finding a way to make money while you sleep. I highly suggest that. These are all my friends with their dogs and living the life. But right about here is when it started. When our AI system started doing the social media posting in seconds, it literally took off, and I had 36 posts. Why is it not? Here we go. There's your boy in Brazil, playing Frisbee with the dog, having fun, just posting a couple times with the dog at home with the blunt in its mouth, trying to smoke the weed, all by hand. And it only had 36 posts since, let's look at it. 36 posts since, where does this say this was posted? Oh, there it is right there. You can see it right there. Just maybe you can't, but it says December 18, 2017, bro. 2017. And since 2017, we're 2025, almost 10 years later, I went from, let's just call 38 posts 40, and now it's 100 posts. So it's posted 60 while I slept, when it took me 10 years to post 40. You get what I'm saying right now? This is the overnight success that people are expecting. It's the mistakes when I'm overwashing my shirts and I'm learning. It's the ability to take a punch and get back up. And it's almost like champion shit. You know what I mean? They always talk about being a champion. It's not that life will punch you. It's how hard it will punch you and how fast you get back up. Most people don't want to get punched. I don't blame you. It's not the easiest path to be sleeping in my car, being homeless, having my own mother kick me out, being illegally evicted, losing relationships because bitches think that you're a broke dick dog. That's part of the entrepreneur pathway. Most people see these pathways and they see something of too much resistance. And what I saw was my resilience. And that's what my team sees in me, that I will get back up and say, hey, yeah, let me log into this thing. Let me make a meeting. I will show up in and out every time, no matter what. Finding talent in people and reinforcing that talent so they can develop things like this for me and my dream and make it a reality. This is what it takes to be a CEO. Most people are just like, yeah, whatever, man. I just want to say I'm a founder. I just want to say I'm a CEO, and these things will end up happening, yo. It does not happen like that. It's a development. I'm literally waking up on the couch with you. Literally within 5-10 minutes, I'm already on the internet making it happen. I got to go into the Stripe system and figure out why it's not linking, or add my teammate to it so they can link it to our payment systems. I got Print an Hour, which is a business I started myself. I don't run around and go, I'm the founder of Print an Hour. No, I just running this thing. I'm all things, bruv. I'm all things. Matter of fact, I'm the janitor here. Do you know any CEOs that saying they're the janitor? I do. Go watch NVIDIA. He dropped the bomb on everybody, like the bomb on everybody. Everybody was like, yeah, we're all rich, NVIDIA, $3 trillion. He's like, I've scrubbed more toilets than anybody in this whole room combined, I promise you. And everybody was like, scrubbing toilets? I thought we were going to talk about robots. He's like, no, I'm talking about that hard work, bro. That hard work that people don't want to do to be a CEO. That I want to be a millionaire, but they don't want to do millionaire shit. My buddy calmly told me, I don't know anybody that's a millionaire that doesn't get up early. And sure as shit, yesterday it was from 8 to 4. Boom, installing outside, running around with the lift, and then it started to rain, and then the other guy came over. The other CEO comes over, and he goes, "You guys are working so hard that I want you to do more. I want you to do this whole side of this building." I don't have the pictures I could show you, but it was like a cathedral of windows that needed installation or tent or something. And guess who's going to get to do it? Me, and my buddy, and our team is going to be building the dream. And you want to be over there going like, oh yeah, well, like, especially like a woman, dude. Like, I want to marry a rich guy, yeah? Well, are you going to wait for one to fuck the finishers, fuck them at the finish line? Or are you going to meet them in college and build them up and shape them into who they are? Most people are going to be like, yeah, I just want to uncover the gold. I don't want to actually dig for the gold. And that makes all the difference. It's like everybody wants to be your friend as soon as you found the gold, right? Like, hey, yo! But as soon as you got your bucket out and your shovel out and it's early in the morning or it's late at night, everybody starts, hey, yo! Disappearing, bro. And this is why it's so different to be a CEO. You got to be able to take those bullets. You got to be able to take the punches. Things go wrong. They need a front man. They need someone to blame. It's like I haven't seen this guy with the white beard from Iran in forever. But guess what? His face is plastered over anything that goes wrong. Anything goes wrong. If you're CEO, you're the founder. Well, guess what? I'm complaining to you. They always say, I want to speak to a manager. Where is the owner? Then you got to step up into that heat and talk to that person. You know what I mean? And it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things where it's asking you to lead when other people get scared, or keep going when everybody else wants to stop, or explain when someone else is frustrated. It's doing the thing opposite of whatever everyone else do. Everyone else is freaking out. You got to remain calm. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you don't understand what's going on. Guess what? You got to figure it out. That's my favorite phrase, figure it out. Because people are looking at you for guidance and they're expecting you to come home with a fucking touchdown. And this is what it takes in our lives. As a CEO, I mean, you could just be a worker bee, and then you won't have to have any responsibility. No one's going to ask you any questions. You could show up, not show up, die, not reply, and people won't give a shit. You know what it is. They just don't give a shit. And why would they? Why would they even care a little bit? If you don't give a shit, they're not going to give a shit. And it's reflective. It's reflective in the business. It's reflective in the customer service. Even this morning, I got 2 phone calls already coming up, and people were asking a bunch of questions, and I was just like, yeah. Do you do a couple? Are you open right now? It's Friday, so everybody wants their quick quick prints and they only want 2 or 3, and I have to be the representative and get up out of my sleep to answer their silly little questions. You know what I mean? It might be silly to me, but they're just asking, and I should be grateful that the phone is even ringing, right? That's a good thing. And then also to be prepared to keep going when everybody else wants to stop. That's really what it is like to be a CEO. Everybody's so tough, but when it comes down to it, you're going to have to get tougher than the problems that are in front of you. That's what it's really about. You really want to get strong. Well, you have to go through some weaknesses to get strong. Most people ain't trying to do that. They just want to say, I started a business, I'm a CEO. When I was first starting out, I was like, that's all I wanted, bro. All I wanted was to own my own business, man. And I knew that it was a way out of poverty, because it was like, now when you have a business and you're doing work, people can rely on you to throw you money to get more work done, just like it happened yesterday. The guy came up and he's like, I need more work done. Why did he ask me? Because I obviously look like someone that has the capacity to make it happen. Now, it's my buddy's business here in Finland, right? This is the Pinacopa right behind me. But when it's print an hour in Vegas, the same shit still applies. People are gonna expect things of you and expect you to rise. They're gonna expect you to meet that challenge and overcome whatever complications happen. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for people that can handle a punch in the face. We're going to look for people that can handle difficult times. We're going to look for people that don't mind doing the extra work and going the extra mile. And that's what we're talking about over here. It's that extra mile. It's that extra push. It's that getting up early, late nights, early mornings. It's the I was strong when everybody else was weak. You know what I mean? Being the hardest worker in the room, and also having the best attitude. You think CEO is just like, at least I did. When I was a kid, when I had this vision, I was like, yeah, dude, I want to sit at the helm of the that fat cat, long table, Wall Street type CEO type shit. They didn't tell me that I had to be in shape, so I showed my people that I had self-control. They didn't say that I had to be able to keep moving even though there was no money or no direction, and still make sure that it's happening so people can get it done, and then talk to them so they do get it done. Have you ever been someone's manager before? Right. I don't think so. Because when you're a manager, basically you're managing people's feelings. People have feelings. They have different shit going on. They have, sometimes they're without gas, or sometimes they're divorced, and you got to hear all these stories and still have your own stories in your head, and still push on. You know what I mean? Not stop because things are going on. Let me see. Linked internal accounts. I'm trying to link my team here, but this is that process that most of us change account, add or select a person who has authority to represent your organization. Baby, let's go. Add someone new. Update account representatives. Your account representative shares legal identity information. Yep. Legal first name, last name. There we go. Get in here, Miles. I'm adding you now, buddy. There we go. You gotta fucking trust people. They need to trust you implicitly. That's a tough one for people to have, because most people don't have it. The only thing they trust is what they see. And if they see you doing the hard work and getting back up and making it happen, then they will follow through and be like, okay, yeah, let's go. You know what I mean? Like, I could follow this person. And women too. They're looking for somebody to not only provide for the children that they might have, but to be their spiritual bone or their backbone when they're falling apart and being emotional and PMSing and super moody. They're going to look for the rock that's inside you instead of joining them and complaining with them. That's not what they're looking for. What email do you want me to use for the Stripe account and linking you as a representative. Boom. It's that hard work. And I just think that that's what I've been saying the whole time with Mark Twain, Samuel Adams. Or no, it's not his name, Sam Adams. What's his name? Samuel Clemens, what's his real name, was to say that it does, there's a lot of opportunity in a lot of places, it's just covered under the hard work, and it's covered in gloves and things like that. So it's one of these situations where you say you want something, but it's going to draw the most out of you. It's like a marathon, a triathlon, an Olympic event that's going to require the most out of you, and that's what it is. It's inside of us all, but most of us don't answer the call. That's why it's like, do you really want to have to get up in the middle of the night or 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning to go standing on business? You listen to, what was his name? It was what boxer said this, but he said it's hard getting out of bed when you're wearing silk underwear. You know what I mean? And you got a girl underneath your arm and you're cupcaked up, and then you want to be champion of the world. You want to beat someone else that's trying their hardest. This is what CEOs like. This is what it's like in real life. It's like, it's not just a lip service. It's not just I get to tell people I'm CEO. It's like, no, when I slide this card over to you or you give me your card, I look you into your soul and say, I will show up. I'm not going to run to the casino and put it all on black. I won't give you excuses like my employees give me. That's not what I get to do. It's that whole, what's the word? What was it? Saving Private Ryan. He's like, all right, sir, what would you do? And he was just like, I would tell all the gripes go uphill. They go up the chain of command. They don't go down the chain of command. You don't get a complaint to your team. That's not how the dream gets grown. Nope, there's nobody to complain to. You're the buck stops here. Harry S. Truman had it on his desk. The buck, see that? Stops here. That means I created it and I stopped it and I can make it go again. That's what CEO must be. It means to be like, see, chief executive officer. It might be creator who executes official shit. That's what it should be. It should be like somebody who can create when everyone else wants to masturbate or complain or stop. You have to be the one that shows up and be like, there is no one else. Can I speak to a manager? You're talking to him. Well, I want to speak to the owner. You're talking to him. Okay, well, I want you to hear all the things, and now I get to sit there and listen because it's going to shape our business. I am a representative for all the people behind me. I don't just get to just hold the business card. I get to hold the responsibility. And with great power comes great responsibility. I'm grateful that we now have a chat widget. I'm grateful that my whole team came together, bro. I'm grateful that we are making products like Sight in a Sec. It went from Sight in an hour to Sight in a Sec, Print in an hour to Sight in an hour to Sight in a Sec, Socials in a Sec. There's a widget that'll talk to you. That's amazing. I mean, let me pull that up too. I don't know why it doesn't want to be playing on my YouTube studio. It's acting a little bit funky, but it's showing up when everybody wants to show out, and showing people that you will keep showing up, even though things aren't working out, or you didn't like the outcomes, or something didn't happen the way you wanted it to. You're still going to have to be the buffer between the zones of people that say they're going to do something and the person that actually does it. And this is why mostly it's come from self-control. What's another better word to translate CEO? Just go, chief executive officers. I think people want to be doing that. It's more like the guy that's in self-control that wins in this game called life. And I really wanted to tell people that it's not just I hope so. We're going to show the live here. It says I'm already on live, but I'll give you a quick minute of what we did at Intersect. Thanks to Mass and all his hard work, making the video, editing the video, and going live. My boys, the truth. They say, wait, bitch. I told you to start from the beginning.
Thank you for calling Print in an Hour and Intersect AI. This is Aura speaking. How can I assist you today? May I have your name, please?
Yes, I want something printed. The name is Matt.
Look at this. It's amazing.
Hi, Matt. Nice to talk to you.
Look, that's literally the transcription right here. But this is the system working. It's saying I'm processing all of this information. And then here's my teammate who I found. And I said, this guy's got talent. This guy can do what needs to be done. And then to ask him to join the team while he's in Morocco, this kid's from Denmark, while he's in Morocco, right? And say, hey, do you want to join this team? And he said on top of the world, Allah Akbar, something he's never screamed before, what is it, a famous Muslim phrase, but that's not his regular thing. He's from Denmark. He doesn't say Allah Akbar, but he does say, I won't quit, and I'm on top of this mountain, and I don't care what I scream, and I don't care who hears it. I'm not afraid to jump in. I'm not afraid to say yes and actually commit. And a lot of people are like, oh no, this is going to take too long. This is going to absorb all my free time. And I just want to have free time. And I just want to be free. And I don't want any stress. Don't have any stress upon me. I get it, bro. But, I've been blessed to be on the stress test, to be honest with you. Same with like Miles. I was in the middle of the forest in Thailand, literally in the jungle, and this dude is at the ATM, and I'm just looking for an Englishman or a woman to have the money transferred from my friend's bank account in England to here. Lo and behold, he's coding on his phone, and I'm like, do you know how to code in Python? And a dream was born. So you could sit there and say, yeah, I want to be founder, I want to be CEO, but are you willing to sleep in the shop? Really? Are you willing to get up when you're tired? Really? Are you willing to take the heat when it comes around the corner and people want to blame you and crucify you, or you're on TV and you're saying, oh, the stock went down or went up or whatever the fuck it did, woozy koozy. What was the one where he was like, that's what it's like. That's what it's like being a leader. That's what it's like being a CEO. That's what it's like standing on business, is that you say, no matter what, I stand here, I execute, and I go through. And you have somebody that's not going to run. They're not going to hightail and take the investor money and go to casinos and spend it all. No, ma'am, no, sir. What they're going to do is get up and keep battling. Take the responsibility. It's like being a kid again. Are you going to be the kid that tries to blame their little sister? Oh, the little sister did it. Or my dog ate my homework. Or I'm too tired to do whatever. Boop-de-boop, boop, boop. Those excuses don't get to work with CEOs. You want to be CEO, you want to be founder. It's a lot more than a skincare regime in the mirror for the 27-year-old girl that was like a day in the life of a CEO. No, you're just a day in the life of a girl that's calling herself a CEO. Day in the life of a CEO has me waking up off the couch and literally going over and doing work while I'm talking to you. So, you could fake it till you make it, which is fine. But when people are looking at you and your soul, when they're asking you to do something for them, especially when money's on the line, especially when timelines or deadlines are on the line, especially while other people are on the line, because all these moving parts are around you, I have that sense of responsibility since I was born. I'm the oldest, so it's not something for me. Let me fill my kiss the island. It's not for me to ignore things. I can't just ignore my little sister when she's crying. I was responsible since I was 10 years old. My dad put his hand on my shoulder and said, all right, son, you're taking care of the family now. And I grew up that day. So I'm 45. So that means I've been a CEO for 35 years, not just because Intersect.ai is a business now. No, it's because I grew as a man from birth till 10 years old, till college, and developing the maturity to run a business and lead other people. That's an asset. So, most people, they don't want to do that. They just want to show up for work, go back home, drink their Coca-Colas, not work out, and get 10 euros an hour. No, ma'am, no, sir. I want to fucking wake up. CEO, that's why I said wake up, CEOs, because it's a lot harder than just I'm a CEO and founder and everybody thinks that's that. No, it's a lot of hard work and uncomfortable situations that normal people would just be like, yeah, I want to skip that. And for me, I'm like, that's why I was made. That's it. I was made for moving at any time, sleeping on couches, and doing that hard work. And that's what makes a CEO. So everybody else is doing a little service, I'm telling you what it really is like. And then, you know what? let's go outside. I'm gonna smoke this joint, answer these questions, whoever is on the live. That's my morning motivation. If you got anything out of it, hold up, like, share, subscribe below. You already know, make it happen, Captain. That's what we're all gonna have to do. Keep pushing. Don't let somebody stop you. And if you have that kind of capacity inside you, then you can own the business too. Then you can get the deals from the CEOs and from people that you barely know. They come up to you and I don't know you at all actually, and they can look you in the eye and go, this guy can handle what I'm saying to him. That's what the guy did. He's like, Vesa was his name. And remember someone's name. Oh, and get the business card and comprendo, capiche what people are saying. They're asking you, do you understand what I'm talking to you about? Most people are just, I'm just going to tap out. There is no tapping out for CEOs. They're going to have to break your arm and the bank at the same motherfucking time, bro. Shody, what you think? So let's go outside. Let's smoke this thing, and I'm going to answer your question, sugar. Hold up. I got to do the morning motivation. I got to get the thoughts out before I can, answer any questions. But the whole life in a corner, bro. You thought you wanted to be a CEO. Okay. I'm listening. I'll wait. Let's see. He says, hello, sir. Hello, bro. He said, are you in the complex mall? No, this is the print shop. Down here at the print shop. Hold on. It's raining outside. Little drip drips. Let's get out of this in a bit. I'll smoke this with you. Wow. Money. That's it. Let's get right into it, shall we? Pinacopa. Let's go. He said, hello, sir. Complex. Yeah. You're working lab, and yeah, we got to work in the lab. Presently working on which project? The widget. So when you get in the corner and ask questions as a website, that little chat with us bot, it's now our Aura system talking to you. So all you have to do is speak instead of texting it out. OG, working the lab, presently working on which project? Square, Waterbelly. It, like on all sides, bro. Just pushing you in on all sides, bro. Just, yeah, that's what pressure looks like. Pressure makes die. Do you love playing football? American football, I used to be a team captain. Nice collection. Of course, 27, almost 9 years went away. No, 2017, what's 2025? Yeah, it's almost 10 years, bro. Yeah. How that sound? Yeah, gold digger women. I don't know where that came from, but there's a lot of women that want to pretend that they're CEOs. It's not what women are done, and I know they'll get the heat for that, but they're more the if we're the provide, protect, and provision, they're more the care, procreate, and facilitate. I see a lot of boss women, and I feel like they've lost their menstruation, if you can say that. Their ability to take care where I go to battle is about the same thing, We don't send children into battle. We don't send women into battle, and women don't get drafted because they're the resource of procuring the next soldiers, the next life, and that's how we ensure life goes on. We send out the expendables, which are the men, and the essentials, which are the women, stay behind, and they keep making the babies. So you guys can go ahead, say whatever you want to say to that, but yeah, that's just what it is. So yeah, there's some women that are very assertive and very masculine and also CEOs, but it's not about skincare regimes. I can tell you that at 27 years old, you don't know shit about life to be a CEO. You might be able to run a Shopify account and a website and do some shipping and clicking and shipping. What I'm talking about is people that made out of that mustard, and that's a tough one. That mustard, you got to muster up. You got to show up and show out, and most people are afraid to do that. You know what I mean? Like, to look foolish to the crowd, to have messy hair and don't care. I don't even have time for a skincare regime. I just jump up and I jump into it, as you can see. So it's one of those things where you got to ask, what is your priority? And my priority is to procreate and die. Like most men, it's just to procreate and die. I'm a human, and that's what mammals do on this planet. But also that I'm sacrificable. You know, that my feelings are sacrificable, that my time is sacrificable, and that my life is sacrificable. It's just what it is. You know, can you spell sacrifice? That's what I'm talking about. It's that sacrifice in life where you're like, okay, no matter what, I'm willing to sacrifice sleep. I'm willing to sacrifice my sanity and my safety, just so everyone else can be safe and make it. That's what it's really is. CEO means step the fuck up. You know what I mean? I think I answered all the questions. I hope you guys have a blessed day. You already know. Peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever in Finnish. And I'm here in Finland, so I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. The other side of your fear, you're going to have to face it. The other side of your excuses, you're going to have to stop listening and taking it. And the other side of the world, because that's where I am, and that's where you can be too, as soon as you want to face all the things that I just mentioned. Peace, love. I'll see you on the other side. Ciao, Bella.